Hey guys, real quick before we get into this video, I just wanted to say a big shout out.
Wait, this may actually make me happy. This is the guy that found out who created the Orb Dragon Lore. He checked, like literally, he fucking added people on LinkedIn from CSGO. He tagged all, he added like messaged all of the fucking emailed all of the fucking like art directors and stuff at Valve itself. Checked the LinkedIn and everything. This is the guy. The Hyper Beast artist has been busy. He says, "What is this?"
Hey guys, real quick before we get into this video, I just wanted to say a big shout out
Jesus,
to
how's this so
ohnePixel. He actually watched the last video on his stream, and right here is where I would show footage of that if he didn't immediately delete the VOD after finishing streaming. Seriously though, I really do appreciate it.
Bro, that wasn't me.
It means a lot to
the
me.
VOD
Obviously,
incident.
I got like a big spike in Twitch followers and YouTube subscribers from that, so I really do appreciate it.
No worries,
and
man.
despite everything that's going on right now in the news with ohnePixel, I do still support him, and I'm
Stalker found address and flew to find her Pokemon says, bro, are you serious?
The story when it comes to the stalking allegations. Anyways, thanks again to Oni and his community, and let's get into the video.
Oh, Chad.
The date is April 15th, 2015. A date like many other days. You go to school, go to football practice, and then go home to play Counter-Strike. But you notice on the landing page of CSGO, a new crate has been added to the game along with a few minor adjustments. When perusing the crate, you are initially disappointed due to the fact that it is full of some of the worst skins you've ever seen. But as we get to the covert skins, you begin to notice a change.
I have to.
First, we're introduced to the Mac 10 Neon Rider, and it's a pretty good skin. Looks like it was pulled directly out of Hotline Miami. Kind of has like some cyberpunk kind of vibes going on with the bright blue and the bright pink contrasting one another on kind of a blacker background with some kind of cyberpunk looking biker with a skull helmet on the front. It's a pretty solid skin. But as we pan to the next skin, our mind is blown. The M4A1S Hyper Beast. This giant, absolutely wicked-looking beast with veins going everywhere, these giant, menacing teeth, a tongue perfectly lining up with the trigger of the weapon.
I never realized that.
It looks gnarly. Even the name Hyper Beast is an
That's
absolutely
sick.
Perfect name for this weapon. Hyper obviously reflecting the
Do you know what always shocks me? Am I the only one that sometimes has like an aha moment? If you actually shoot the weapon in game, it like the trigger finger actually triggers, you know? Like if you shoot in game, it actually does this. It actually does it. That's so sick.
Blue, the neon
it's
green,
always for me like, oh my god. Every time I realize I'm like,
expect to be
holy.
associated with a work that looks like this.
Why question
and
marks?
then Beast obviously reflecting the monster adorning the gun. Now, let's fast forward to present day. We've been lucky enough due to the success of the first Hyper Beast to see 3 other Hyper Beast skins added to CSGO. One for the 5.7, one for the AWP, and one for the Nova.
I love the Hyper Beast collection.
Each of these skins is incredible on their own, and each have their own kind of unique style to them, no two looking exactly similar, but all following that kind of neon monster kind of style. But these skins aren't the focus of today's video, as I'm sure most of you are very familiar with them by this point. Today, I would like to focus on the artist behind the skins and some of his past and present works, as well as some of his skins he's made that haven't been put into the game. The person behind the Hyper Beast skin line is a Canadian artist by the name of Brock Hoffer. And as we go back and we look at some of his earlier works to present day, you'll see that he's always loved.
Brock is a cool artist. I wanted one of his NFTs.
Drawing these neon
Send me his
monsters.
OpenSea. I actually want to see.
After going to his Instagram and scrolling down until my finger was purple, I really enjoyed seeing these black and white figures that are still incredibly impressive turn into these giant bright neon monsters as time went on. I also have to say I really enjoyed seeing some of his works that strayed away from this style. Often client-based work where he was given a task of not drawing a neon monster, and it really shows how incredible of an artist Brock
I hope
is.
no booba.
Here is some of my favorites where he did dragon smoking cigars for a cigar company, and that one in the middle I just absolutely love.
That's
Something
sick.
else from the early days of Brock's Instagram I thought you guys might enjoy was right here. You can see he shows a screenshot of the M4A1S Hyper Beast and says, all done with these for now, and it's just crazy to think about how long ago that was to me. Okay, now's the part of the video I was most excited for. I'm going to go over a bunch of the skins Brock has put on the workshop that have yet to be added to CSGO. Now, my first take of this I recorded, and it took me about 35 minutes, and I went through everything, the weapons, the stickers, all of it. I'm gonna go ahead and post that as a separate video. It's gonna be pretty much uncut, just my raw reactions to all of them. And this is going to be my second go through, kind of picking out favorites, no stickers, just weapon skins. It's also really important to note, on a few different of these skins, Brock also collabed with other artists. Now, obviously, I don't talk about them very much because we're kind of just looking at Brock's art. Down below, I'll link all the skins we talk about. I love that he plays on Vertigo. You can go to their page and support them by clicking you want to see it added to the game. We start out with the P90 Hyper Beast. Initial thoughts looking at this one, very cool, very similar to the Op. Only problem is I think that circle in the P90's handle kind of obstructs our monster a little bit, and I think one of the solutions for this one is maybe we move that monster back a little bit. Definitely still...
Let me check one thing. Let me do one thing.
Fan of it. I think we could see it possibly added to CS in the future, but like I said, I would like to see that monster moved back a little bit so I can like truly marvel at that like big mouth. Hey yo! Let's go to the next one. We've got the USPS Hyper Beast, and this one I am like completely shocked. It has been on here since 2015. We have not seen it added to the game. I think it looks very solid. I think you know, very different from our other Hyper Beast skins. Obviously they can't be, you know, all being the same kind of line. We're gonna see similarities, but I like that like splash of ink toward the front of it that extends to the suppressor. We see that kind of trigger tongue that we know Brock loves to do, and I'm a big fan, and I hope to see that one added in the future. Moving on from there, we go to the MP7 Necrovore. I like this one, and I could see it being a blue, purple, and kind of like maybe a Halloween / undead themed crate in the future. Yeah. I love the green kind of exoskeleton going over it, and that's something we're going to see a lot more of as we move through these skins. I like it, and I would like to see it added eventually. Okay, going to the AK-47 Sugar Rush. I definitely like this one, but I don't think we'll see it added. I just don't think this is something other people are going to like as much. This is something that's kind of like down my alley.
It doesn't look finished. What the fuck? It doesn't look finished. Like with the brown, bronzy background. I don't know, it feels like there's missing something, you know?
Something other people are going to like as much. This is something that's kind of like down my alley because I'm fat. No, I am fat, but the reason I like this one is just because, like, you know, in League of Legends, there's a skin line called, I think it's literally called Sugar Rush, and I love the skins from that. I love when people do that kind of like aesthetic of just fully making something out of candy. I think it looks cool. I like across the top, you know, he does these little indentions. It kind of makes me think of like a Hershey's bar or whatever. Very cool. Would like to see it added. Don't think we will. And then we go to the AK Hyper Beast, which I wasn't even aware Brock had made when I started looking at these. And just like the USPS, can't believe we haven't seen this one yet. I think surely
this one would absolutely be fucking phenomenal, bro. This one would be phenomenal. Just looking at it gets me absolutely bricked up. Even though I'm super sad right now, it gets me bricked up. WW. Everyone says W. Wow.
This in Counter-Strike.
What a crowd favorite.
I mean, it's 2050. It's been 6 years and we haven't seen it.
We've
seen
so
a bunch of other Brock skins added though, and I'm really hoping we see this one. Absolutely gnarly teeth going down the mag, all across the upper. I like the jaggedness at the top of the skin, kind of extending all the way to the back. And then I like how the tongue is up toward the front, but he kind of curls it back and does that, you know, trigger that we love to see so much. I think we will see that added eventually, and obviously I'm here for it. And then we move on to the M4A4 Mastermind.
What? That is spooky.
Kind of toned down for Brock's style. I feel like he had to control himself making this one, you know, not making it too gnarly. I think it has a cool aesthetic to it with the kind of bubbly blue figures all throughout it. Obviously, everything kind of feeding back to this brain on the receiver that's
this
also
could be like a pink
bubble if you look toward the top of it. I like it, and I think this would make a incredibly solid purple.
Not my favorite,
as
though.
To it getting added or not, I think it's a solid
The colors seem too solid.
I would definitely like to see it added.
The red, green, I don't know.
I think a pink is pushing it. I think purple is a perfect fit for that. And then we've got the Tombstone and the, I think it's Deadwood. We're just going to look at both at the same time, kind of. And I'm instantly more of a fan of the Tombstone as it's giving me like kind of H.R. Geiger vibes. If you look toward the front and you kind of follow
very unique, very different to what's in the game right now.
Like its way toward the trigger, and you know, we love seeing that. I love seeing that when Brock like incorporates the trigger like that into it. I think it's very cool. I think both, you know, you could be a fan of either easily, but I kind of am leaning toward the gray one. And looking at the
this one would look nicer with a little bit of a 3D effect. I guess he
I very much like.
Normal's added. I guess this one is the 3D effect one, right? Where it looks a little bit more like it's going inside. It's a little bit more 3D.
Like this one, even
Much
in,
better.
you know, kind of battle scarred or lower wares. And
Never mind, it's just
I think we
battle
could see it in a special case, you know, one that has a theme that kind of aligns with the style, and I would definitely be here for it. MP9 Molten Core, not as much of a fan of this one. I think it's cool. I think something about that, like, zigzagging in the middle leading to that big pool of, like, kind of molten. I don't like it as much. What I do like about it, though, definitely, is I like the kind of organic, like, red, fleshy bits that are kind of, they get exposed in certain areas to, like, a gray tech kind of stuff under it, almost like, you know, you're looking into a car engine. I like that. I still think we could see this one added as a blue at some point, and while it isn't my favorite, I would obviously like to see that. And then next we're looking at some Fnatic inspired skins. Now, I don't know if this this demon looking entity is like Fnatic's mascot or whatever, and that would keep it from being added, but I think this would go crazy in either the black or purple scheme as a pink AK skin. I think it would look super cool. Hopefully there isn't some kind of Fnatic symbolism in it that would keep it from actually being added to a case, because I do think it's a really cool skin in either of the colorways.
I think that would prevent a skin from getting added, right, chat? Which one was it? There are skins in the game. Companies back in the day created skins in the early days. I made a video on it ages ago. I think I called it the early days CSGO skins. Here, let me show you. Like ESL made a skin. Look at this. Right here. ESL made a skin. Look how he branded. Right. Why did I say lul like that? Look how what? Look how what the fuck? October. I haven't said that in a while, have I? How he branded the atomic alloy. Sounds Faceit. Look, the Faceit skin.
Yeah, it was a collaboration with Faceit.
So the way
how does it say? 300,000 views.
Faceit reach out to a lot of creative people and basically ask if they can support them.
Skin in the actual. Look at this. Isaiah skin. Jesus. He worked for them a lot.
Yeah, because he was one of
Isaiah skin.
Back in the day, I was like, what? You know, what is this?
And I think Fnatic as well had a collab going on.
And I would definitely like to see it added. Will it? I really can't say, because it kind of all boils down to, I'm not like an expert on Fnatic or whatever, but I don't see anything in it that's like drawing it to Fnatic exactly. And maybe if there is something in it and it's not the big creature in the middle, it's something, you know, if Valve wanted to add it, Brock could kind of change it up and make that happen. But I would definitely like to see it
together
added.
with Kleck FX. That's a friend.
And
it's part of
then
the
we look
skins
at this demon, which is also inspired by Fnatic, apparently, and not as big of a fan of this one as I am the others. I kind of feel like it's being compressed in by the black outlines you see, and I just don't like the monster as much. Obviously, still very
This one looks
cool,
crazy.
But I feel like we won't see this one
This
added,
one looks
I think they would
crazy.
definitely opt for the other scheme more so than that one.
Such pungent
And from
colors.
there, we're kind of moving straight over to the M4A4 BioWare.
Huge W.
Really cool. Kind of like that molten
Huge
we looked at earlier. We kind of have like an organic
This
skin.
to me, like if I would have to put a name on it, Mecha Industries? Wait, that exists. Mecha Hyper Beast. Mecha Beast. Hyper Mecha Beast. Beast Mecha Hyper, something like that.
Peeled away to reveal like some techiness underneath, and I really like that. Toward the front, we kind of get like a full tech, you know,
Looks
even
really
the
good.
like top skin that's orange and we'd expect to be kind of ripped away is like very intact, and we can still see some like tech peering out. I like this one. I kind of see it as being like a pink skin in a crate, and once again, I think it would have to be themed, maybe like a tech-themed crate, and I would love to see it in the game. And we're going to kind of look at these in a group. We've got the AK-47 Instant Zen, USPS Instant
Reminds
Zen,
me of Death by Kitty.
and the MAC-10 Instant Zen.
This one
And
looks
out of
nice.
all
If
these,
it's a
we're gonna
smaller skin.
mainly talk about the USPS.
The MAC-10 fits.
I really like that one more so than the others. I think something really cool here too is that he kind of, this is for CS20, and he kind of hid CSGO 20. You can kind of see it on the stock there in this design, and obviously with a big design like this, an elaborate pattern, you can get different kind of camouflage values, you know, when you open it, and I think that would lead to some some really cool like skin codes, for example, where like the CSGO 20 is on the receiver or it's on the handle, and I think that would be really cool. Do I think we'll see it added? Probably not anymore, because we know what made it into CS20, and this obviously didn't make the cut, and it has that kind of CS20 like built into it with that like green text, so I don't think
Alexa,
we'll see it added. It's unfortunate. I like that
Alexa,
70s style of it, and I think it's
my laundry
like
is done.
Mad unfortunate. It didn't
At least
make
some
the cut.
good news today.
Then we go to the MP7 and the sawed-off Terror Beyond. Definitely a fan of these. I think this color scheme isn't used a ton in Counter-Strike, with the mainly blue being contrasted by some like dark reds. I love the gritty teeth and the eyes everywhere.
Nice color combo.
And out of the two, I think I like the sawed-off more. Do I think we'll see it added? Potentially. I think this is another niche one where we need a crate that's calling for kind of a, you know, scarier kind of aesthetic. You know, like Dreams and Nightmares, potentially. Then we've got the CS20 SG553 Arctic. And I think out of all of them, I didn't like this one the most. And the reason why is, you know, we look at it and it's kind of like a frozen appearance. Too crazy. And almost you're like, Brock made this? That's kind of crazy. And then you look and we can kind of see
gives me
the skin we
vibes.
just mentioned potentially laid underneath, and it's very opaque.
Rust,
you can kind of barely make it out toward the top of the gun. And you know, obviously we love Brock's art style. That's what we're here for. I want to see that kind of sticking through more. I think there was opportunity, you know, this one's called Arctic. We could have saw Brock make kind of a like frozen monster. And I'm not saying he has to make it the main focus of the weapon, but you know, it could still be this kind of like really solid like frozen steel at the bottom, and then we kind of see it come into play toward the top, more so than what we're seeing here where it's kind of muted. Not a fan of that one as much as the others, and I don't think we're gonna see that one added. And then we get into some skins that are more recent that I really like this FAMAS Lost Souls. I think this one's incredibly cool. We've got teeth all over it, eyeballs all over it, going everywhere. We've got kind of that fleshy undertone that we love so much about Brock's skins. And also here, I know there's people that are like very scared of things with holes in them, so you can use this to kind of like have...
They don't care though.
Mental warfare, you know. If
Chat, that's still crazy to me. The fact that Valve actually adds things where people have like, isn't it called like trophobia or something? There's a P250 in the game. Is it Valence? No, it's not Valence. What is it called, chat? What is the P250 called? P250. P250? What is it called, chat? Supernova? No. Honeycomb? I think it's Honeycomb. It's not the Hive, guys. Guys, are you crazy? Guys, there's one. Cybershell, yes, oh my god. Good chatter. Look at this. If you have trypophobia, look away. Bro, the fact that they implemented this, isn't this exactly, if I search for example trypophobia, this is literally what shows up on Google. Literally. This is a good example of what trypophobia is. And this is a skin in the game. No, 100%. It shows those plants, no, with the holes in it. It looks very similar, no?
You lose on a save round, they may opt to not pick up your FAMAS, not because it's a dog shit weapon, because they're scared of the holes on it. So I would love to see this one added. I think you could kind of fit this into any case. And I would say it's probably going to be like a blue-purple. I don't know why.
Yeah, this one is, oh my god, oh my god. What the fuck? I forgot about this one. Chat, the fact that they added this. What the hell? That's actually crazy to me. Actually crazy to me. Imagine like you have trypophobia and then all of a sudden you just queue it does too, fully clueless. You just installed the game. A guy drops the USB 250 right here, guys. We're doing false buy, right? You don't have any money. Let me drop your P250. Take this flashback as well, and you pick up this, bro.
I know it's a FAMAS, and that's
it's
an
not
obvious
for some people it is.
That it wouldn't
I don't have
very
it, but
high, but I don't know. I just see that being kind of like a blue for some reason. And now this was my favorite discovery across all these. The 5.7 Eviscerator.
Thank you for the raid, bro.
It's Brock's style
Nikita's,
very much, but
good friend,
we see him go for an actual more organic kind of color scheme, you know? Like almost a horror type. Like, we see teeth being actually white. We've got these kind of darker bones. Only thing, you know, we've got like the purple organs going all through the top and toward the back side. But I love this one. It kind of gives me like manga kind of comic book vibes. This one I would love to see added, and I think has a good shot if we do get that kind of horror Halloween themed crate someday.
New pussy
and then we got
pattern.
the MP9 Terabat, classic Brock style, giant monster just yelling at you. Only difference though is normally I think we see him try to build the monsters to fit into the gun in a certain way. And with this one, it's kind of like he had a monster and then he put it on the gun. Like, you know, we can see its hand here kind of leading
it has
down
a vibe
into
to it.
that. And it's like really coming out of the gun and yelling at you. I think that would make a cool inspect animation because, you know, the MP9, you kind of just like point it at your face. I think that would be cool. I think there's a chance we could see it added, and I would like to see it added personally. Oh yeah, I know you're doing that fucked up face you always do in that one. Just don't worry about it, we'll do another one in a little bit. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. It really does mean a lot. I know this was kind of a longer one, and there were a few different ways I kind of wanted to go with this one. I think there could potentially be another video here just exploring Brock's works that don't have anything to do with CSGO. I also had some questions I would like to ask Brock himself about his art, and I emailed him and have not heard back. I can't imagine why he wouldn't want to answer my questions. All seriousness,
he goes so far for his videos.
We really do need to support people like Brock that make like the incredible skins that we use in Counter-Strike. It's really good to like kind of have him in our corner.
Like bro.
I know they're getting paid for it and stuff, but you know, incredible artists like him could spend their time doing anything else. Last thing before we go here, what do you guys think about stuff like this? Do you want to see more?
I like
try
that.
To keep it more having to do with the skins he made in CSGO. Do we want to see this with other skin lines?
She doesn't have internet, she's clueless.
Would you like me to go more in depth about the artist's works that don't have anything to do with Counter-Strike?
Bro, that's actually a good idea, no? Featuring like a well-known skin, right? Hyper Beast, it's a thing that everybody knows. And then looking at their workshop, seeing what else they've done, showing it, showcasing it. That is sick. People love artworks. People love when people browse the workshop and then they show the best submissions, right? This is nice. You feature the submissions of well-known skins. Oh my god, maybe I'm stealing that idea. Easy peasy. Maybe I shouldn't have watched this on stream. Jesus. That's actually such a smart idea. You like, you know, title the video like, I don't know, like, I don't know right now, but you could like title it, I don't know, I can't think of a title right now, but you could make like a good title with like checking the Hyper Beast, the workshop, CSGO workshop of Hyper Beast creator, something like this. Yeah, crazy title. And it would absolutely bang. That's a nice idea. That's a nice type of video. And then maybe you talk with the creators, right? Imagine you would have him in the call, right? And then he would say, yeah, here's some scratched ideas that I didn't upload. Maybe he goes a little bit into the depths of skin creating. I fucking love that, man. I fucking love that. One thing I do have to say, if he's watching, as much of a joke as it sounds, chat, who would have...
Hey guys.
Put the video.
Perfect name for this weapon.
Who would have put the video on 1.25?
The neon blue, the neon green.
If you watched it,
orange yellow.
Or would you have kept it?
Line is a Canadian artist by the name of Brock Hoffer. And as we go back,
you would have put it on 1.5. Yes, that's a problem. I don't want to say like I don't know like fix it or something, but it's actually bad because if you think about it, YouTube realizes this as half the watch time. If you watch the whole video at 2 times speed, you will get 10 minutes of watch time. That is really fucking bad for the algorithm. And I'm not kidding when I say really fucking bad. That is awful for the algorithm. But I don't know how to fix it. Either to speed the video up maybe or the talk. I don't know. But you know what I mean, chat? It's actually really bad for the algorithm. Just something like maybe as advice or something. Maybe to watch out a little bit for. If he realizes that people have their retention. Like if the retention shows very, very low.